Those woods here are haunted. She looked me fierce in the eye, pointing to them. They took my husband. An older woman, gray, frail, but strangely lucid. I believed her. But didn't he think too much of it? Didn't he really plan on venturing into that area? I heard cougars and bears were present in droves along the outskirts of town. When I first moved here, that older woman I met at a coffee shop told me not to go near one particular spot, a thick of woods that lay along the edge of town just a few kilometers north from my house. They're haunted, she said. They took my husband. I never really took spook stories seriously, but remembered this one. And without ever assuming the woman was crazy. I remembered this one each time I passed those same woods on my way to work and back home. The first night traveling the highway beside those woods after dark was when it happened. The sun had set before my shift was over, and the parking lot where I left my car was bleak under the cool night sky. The road back home was barely visible. About halfway home, I saw the beam of a vehicle's emergency lights. The light on inside the cab, and the driver's side door open. The car was barely on the side of the road. The brightness and urgency of the flashing lights motivated me to pull over and see if I could be of any help. Worrying there was someone slumped inside I couldn't see with a medical emergency, I activated my own emergency lights. I turned my cab light on to find my flashlight, somewhere under the passenger seat. I then jumped out of my car and left my door open. I ran to the car only to find it empty. I circled it without seeing anyone laying aside it, unconscious. Nothing. I yelled out, "Hello? Is everyone all right?" No answer. I walked around the car, looked under it with my flashlight. The empty vehicle was an oddly vintage station wagon, unusually well kept. As if it were new. The license plate was from the same province, but looked antique. Beige or something, with wood paneling on the side. Like the old wagons had. I looked to the tree line along the side of road where they departed, shining the light in and calling out a few more times. All I could see was darkness. I then realized I was on the edge of the apparently haunted forest that woman warned me of. That part didn't really worry me too much, as I was more concerned with an injured person or persons associated with the abandoned wagon. Not knowing what else to do, I hopped back in my car and called the non-emergency line. Waiting for an answer, I wrote down the license plate on a note paper I found in the glove compartment with a pen. The non-emergency line only allowed for me to leave a message, which I did, noting the plate number, description, the flashing lights, interior light on, door wide open beige with wood paneling on the side. Driving home, I felt uneasy about it all. Just as I walked in the door, the phone rang. It was the police. "Hello, this is Andy," I answered. "Did you make that report, sir?" They asked. I made the report, yeah, not sure if someone there is in trouble or what, I answered. "Sir, we've been getting reports of a car pulled over in that spot with that description for over 40 years. Same plates, the whole deal. We are aware that some of these reports are false claims." I froze, not sure what to make of what I had just been told. This isn't a false claim at all, I'm just worried about someone being out there hurt. What would I make a false claim like this for? Fine, sir. In the future, please never get out of your car for any vehicle parked along the highway. The officer then hung up. That was a little rude, I thought out loud. I went to bed later on without much more thought of it. A few months later, a coworker and I found out we lived in the same neighborhood and began carpooling to and from work. One morning as we passed the woods where I'd seen the old wagon parked with its emergency lights blaring, it occurred to me to ask him if he knew anything about it, any false claims of an abandoned wagon on the side along the stretch we were on. That's an old fake story, he said. After Mrs. Engel's husband killed himself out here. Just got up, drove out here, walked into the forest there and offed himself. I felt a chill down my back. The police kept getting calls of a station wagon parked on the side there, emergencies on, driver's door open and stuff. The same place his truck was found, just like that, emergencies on, inside light, door open. But it turns out that all the calls from coming from their house, where his wife lived alone after he died. She was calling it, I guess. She went crazy after he died. That night the sun set early, the drive home was dark. I rode passenger. I kept looking to the side, where I thought the edge of that haunted forest was. Anticipating the flashing lights of the old wagon, its door projecting into the right lane. The one I'd seen that night. The one Mrs. Engel apparently reported regularly to the police. With the same plates I'd seen and all. Same color and wood paneling. Before they found out it was always her reporting the same thing. Mr. Engel, you know that guy? My coworker asked as we drove in the darkness. Breaking the silence. He just went nuts or something. His wife said he didn't seem depressed, or show any mental health symptoms or anything after they found him. No reason for it. That she knew of anyway. I nodded, yeah, weird, I responded, growing anxious, remembering what I'd seen the night I pulled over. Police found his truck that way. It looked like he himself had stopped to help someone almost, the emergency lights and stuff with the door wide open. He had a big old truck or something. They found him hanging about 5 kilometers into the woods. Hung himself, I guess. I don't really know, it was a super long time ago. I remembered the night I stopped. To help someone, or what I thought was someone. My emergency's on. Driver's side door wide open, interior light on in my own car just like the one I'd stopped to investigate. Mr. Engel's truck was found that way. Blaring emergency lights, driver's door open, interior on. It took them a few days to find his body after that, my coworker said. They found his truck and thought maybe he got a ride or something, looked like an emergency. Left his door open, put his lights on and stuff. Left the interior on. Must not have been long since he walked into the woods there. Battery would have died. He kept his eyes on the road as he went on. After a few days, they had to put a search out. He never came back. I remember walking back to my car the night I stopped. My emergencies flashing, interior on. The door open. Terror fell over me as I sat listening as we drove home. Mrs. Engel doesn't think her husband killed himself? My coworker kept breaking the silence with more unnerving little details of the Engel story. I think she is right, he said. Just doesn't make any sense why he'd leave the lights and stuff flashing if he wanted to die. Or whatever. She thought he'd stop for someone on the side of the road or something. No foul play. They found his footsteps and stuff, they investigated. There was no sign of anyone else. Creepy, though. Every time I think of it I remember something else about it. Pretty scary. Maybe the Engel lady thinks it's someone with a wagon. They didn't find any car like that with those plates, though. As we pulled in, all I could think to say was, yeah man, that's messed up. I never told him I'd seen a wagon pulled over there myself. The wagon matching Mrs. Engel's false reports. Same description. Same plates. Same color. Same wood panels. Driver's side door open, emergencies on. Mrs. Engel warned me when I first moved here. Those woods are haunted. They took her husband. That's how she knew. You know what, my coworker said. Dave is his name. What I just remembered. I was driving this morning. As W.